Today on Hopped Up Beer Review, we're at Monday Night Brewing Company in Birmingham, Alabama. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer we are drinking, enjoying, cheersing, any other adjectives you can think of. Be sure to check us out on social media and also like, subscribe, and cheers that notification bell if you have not already done so. I've got Andy. Again, he is still out of the attic. What time are you expected back in the attic? Is that like a time frame window now? And we got Jay, and I am Ben, and we're excited today because we're here at Monday Night Brewing Company in Birmingham, Alabama.
Yes.
There we go.
So Monday Night is originally out of Atlanta, Georgia. Started in 2011. They've expanded. They've got two locations in Atlanta, one in Birmingham, one in Nashville. So they.
I think they call this the Monday Night Social Club here.
Yeah. Every night.
Yeah.
So Monday Night originated from a group of friends in Atlanta, and if you see from the symbol on the back, it's they have the loose necktie, and it was a group of guys who had white collar jobs, and they would get together on Monday nights and begin the Monday Night Social Club, and do some home brew together, and just have a good time, and all, and that's where it started.
So
Awesome.
So what are we drinking today? I'm getting thirsty again.
Well, we have four.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
the first
nice
one we're going to get into is Dr. Robot. It's a key lime sour.
So they have a couple of variations of Dr. Robot. Most of the time when you purchase the canned version, it's the, is it blackberry lemon sour?
I believe so, yes.
That you get. In this case, they have a variant that we're trying today, which is their key lime sour, Dr. Robot.
Yep.
So,
It's 5%, 7 IBUs.
cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates. It immediately hits that sour.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sour.
Right off the bat. Wow.
Definitely
Pucker
the
up.
key lime as well, yes.
Yeah.
Woo! Tart.
Wow. Very tart.
So it's got blackberry juice and lemon zest. I believe the lemon zest is full force.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's very refreshing, I think.
Yeah.
Especially on a hot day,
Yeah.
There's something about a sour and a hot day. Like, we've been experiencing a lot of really, really hot days in Alabama. I think today's probably mid 90s, heat index up in the hundreds. It makes you feel so right with that cool, refreshing beer.
Yeah, definitely very refreshing. If you like key lime anything, I mean, I think this is going to be a beer that you're definitely going to want to try, just because it has that key lime taste. And don't know what's going on around us. I know there's some train tracks nearby.
Train engine, it's passing through.
But yes, the building is shaking.
Are you worried, Ben?
Be a bit unprofessional and let's continue on.
Yes, okay. All right, so, Andy, what do you give
I'm gonna rate this thing.
key lime?
I like it. It's man, that's definitely makes you pucker. And in terms of sour, it's good. It's fun. I'll give it a 7.0. Fun stuff.
You go next.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy this. I'm a key lime fan. Sour to me is, I've grown into sours over time. So key lime, sour, tart, makes you pucker a little, clear, crisp, refreshing. I give it an 8.
Okay. All right, yeah. Overall, I'm not a huge fan of key lime pie, let's say. There are other things that are key lime that I like. I've had some key lime candies. This key lime beer I really like. I think, again, the pucker is definitely there. It's that punch in the mouth when you first take a sip of it. 8.5 for me. I think it's really, really good. It's definitely one I would want to have again and again and again. Probably not one you can have too many of, just because of
I don't
the
think you
sour.
can sit there and have a 6-pack.
Yeah,
But a couple, 3, I mean, you know, if you're hanging out, it's cool.
yeah, I think it's definitely a very light and refreshing beer that you can have over and over again. And that's going to give us a 7.8 for the Key Lime Sour here at Monday Night Brewing Company.
All right, next from Monday Night Brewing Company, we are having Drafty Kill Scotch Ale. It's 7.2%, 26 IBUs. Looks great, smells great.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, me.
Cheers, mates, plural.
It's a good one. I've had before. I've had their barrel aged Drafty Kill too. That's another variation that's really good.
You can see that. Definitely,
For 7.2, that's smooth.
it is very smooth. You definitely do not think this is a
that-
7.2 at all.
That's a deceptive 7.2.
Very much so.
Definitely you can taste those malts.
Yeah. Has a bite to it there on the
Yeah.
back end for sure. So interesting. So, Jay, you've had this before. I have not. I don't think Andy has.
I have.
You have? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't. So, I'll go ahead and rate it then. I don't know. I think I really want to like this one. I really want to.
It's okay.
I really
You
want
can.
to. For Scotch Ale, I think it's, I mean, for me, it's okay. It's not necessarily my favorite Scotch Ale. It's not my least favorite, but it's somewhere in between. So I think for this one, I'm going to give it a 6.
All right.
It's a decent score. Yeah, for me, on the list of Scotch ales, it doesn't have quite the depth that I've had in others. So it still tastes like a Scotch ale. It hits, you know, the characteristics. I'll go 7.0 on that.
Yeah, I enjoy this. I mean, it's subtle. It's not overpowering. It's a good Scotch ale. I mean, it's different than some of your traditionals. I can actually taste a little bit of smoke on the back end. It took a little bit, but it's there.
Yeah, there's a little bit there.
I would probably give this a 7.5. It's very enjoyable to me.
Bubbles.
All right, so that gives us a 6.8 for the Drafty Kilt Scotch Ale here at Monday Night Brewing Company.
So next on the list, we have the Space Lettuce. Great name out of Monday Night. I've always enjoyed that. It's a double IPA. Comes in at 8.1%. Heavy on the IBUs. I think it's a 70 IBU.
70?
But just really have enjoyed that over time. It's a great offering, and I'm excited to share it.
All right.
I think
Let's
we
give
should
it a shot.
enjoy it.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates. Smell that bitter.
You can.
Man, I gonna like this one.
Man.
It's hop forward and hop backward.
Yeah, it's hop everywhere.
Wow.
So Andy, you got a little more detail on it?
Yes, I do.
Man,
I want to drink a little bit first.
if you like hops, this is a beer for you.
It's got a little,
it's
definitely got a little
nice.
sweet to it.
It's nice. I will say this, Monday Night does a good job with a lot of their IPAs. They have different variations. We're only trying one out of this flight, but they have some others. They have one called Slap Fight, which is a West Coast IPA that's one of their standards. That's a little bit lower ABV. Then they have another one that is very popular called Blind Pirate. It's their Blood Orange IPA, and it's really good as well. It's a little a little bit less on the ABV, but not much. I think it's around 7. So they do some really good IPAs.
So how difficult is it going to be to get you out of here, knowing that all those IPAs
You're going to
are
have
there?
to kick and scream.
We're going to drag you out.
Yeah, the person who's driving just walks away. That's how easy it's
Yeah.
going. But Space Lettuce, it's got 5 types of hops. Citra, Simcoe, Mosaic, Mandarin Bavaria, and Kuhnot.
And so we will say this too, that this has been entered into several competitions, and it is one of their award-winning beers. So they've gotten several medals and awards for this one. So
Really good.
it's
All right,
really
have
good.
you had this before? All right, you're up first.
For me, how about that? I like it. I like for a double IPA, it definitely tastes like a double.
Yeah.
It feels heavy. You got a bit of the hop and bitterness, but not too much where it deters you. And I've got a little sweet to it, because it uses how many types of malts? 4 types of malts. And so that helps to balance it so it doesn't feel so heavy on the IBUs. I'm going to give this 7.5. It's good in terms of double IPA. Really good.
I don't know what beer you're drinking and what beer I'm drinking compared to the IBUs here and the bitterness. For me, this is all bitter, all day, every day. It's more bitter than I care to have personally, as not being. I mean, again, bitter is my least favorite quality in a beer, especially when it hangs around and doesn't go away, and that's what this does. So, for me particularly, I know it's award-winning. I know it's one of their beers. For me, again, it's not something, honestly, that's really for me. So, if you are somebody who does not like a bitter IPA, this is not one that you're going to want to have, because I don't necessarily want to have this one anymore. Just to throw it out there.
Hello, goodbye beer.
Yes, it's
Hello,
one of those.
goodbye.
So, to give it a rating, for me, this is a 5. Not something I am overly excited to try again. I'm happy to have had it today. Happy we can have it in the mix of our group here in the flight. But yeah, I'm okay moving on to the next one.
That's fair. I mean, that's why we have 3 of us, right?
Yeah.
You know, this is a graduated IPA in my opinion, because if you're someone that doesn't enjoy them, or it's like a subtle IPA, you're definitely not going to enjoy it. Being a double, being very hoppy, very bitter. You go back 3 years ago, I wouldn't have loved this beer at all. Today, it's a great beer. I really enjoy drinking it. I give it an 8.5.
Yeah, I think, again, just to throw it out there, it sounds like if you really like IPAs, you're going to like this one. It's one you're going to want to try. If you don't so much, it's one you might want to steer clear of.
Yep.
You know,
If you're a Ben.
if you're a me, try something else. Try, the key lime sour. One of the other.
Or
other
one of the other IPAs they have. I mean, they're Blind Pirate. They use a blood orange that cuts the bitterness and the hop out.
Yep.
I think you would really like that one, Ben. I mean, it's another one maybe we do later today. Wink, wink. Right. But
All right, so that gives us a 7 for the Space Lettuce
Double
IPA. Yes, very hoppy IPA, very bitter IPA here at Monday night.
Preferred taste. Yeah.
all right, so next on the list, we've got the Fistful of Cake. It's the opera cake version that they have. Monday Night does a great offering on these from Fistful of Cake. There are some dark, heavy beers that have special variations trying to get cake flavors in those cases. They also have another variation that they like to call Tears of My Enemies. Those, they'll use a maple barrel age or a bourbon barrel age. They're typically high ABV type and very rich and dessert-like beers. So I think this one comes in about 9% and probably zero IBUs.
Zero IBU, yep.
So I'm excited to try this one. So let's see how it goes.
Be happy boy.
Hey,
Cheers.
cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Yeah, smell that, man. Chocolatey.
It's cakey.
Imperial.
So yeah, Imperial Stout.
Yo,
Hello
there.
that is some vanilla.
Yep.
That is a mouthful of
Coffee and vanilla.
Yeah, I got the coffee for sure.
Wow. For those who don't know, Jay has been off of caffeine for a bit,
Yeah, quite some time.
and he can definitely detect some coffee.
Yeah.
But this one is coming through with the vanilla. Good
yeah,
grief.
very sweet. Sure. Whew. So, have you had this one? would
I have
assume- I would
not.
assume not.
No.
No, first for me.
I don't think I've had this. I've had several of the Tears of My Enemies, but I can't ever keep up with the versions because they do very seasonal variations of all of these.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to jump in here on this one. I think that definitely the vanilla, definitely very sweet, but also for 9%, I feel like this one could potentially be feels like more than 9%. I mean, it feels every bit of 9 and maybe then some.
Heavy.
Yeah, very heavy. So, it kind of has that boozy taste for me. That boozy vanilla taste really is what I think comes through. I think for me overall, this one is a 7.
Yeah, I'll rate it 2. I've never had it before. Fistful of cake. I like a stout, and it is definitely imperial to the name.
That's
you get
your
that
big boy.
double, and I feel all that alcohol percentage. Very sweet. I agree. 7 point. I'll drink it again, but it's like a one and done for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's one of those you think it's so thick you want to pour it over ice cream or something else. I mean, it's very I won't say deceptive, but forward thinking, I guess, because you think 9, it's really tastes more like you said, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
It's heavy. I've had some of their others when they did a fistful of cake and a tiramisu, and it was a lot lighter. This one's heavy, so I'll go with you guys on this. It's a 7.
So that one makes it easy to rate. That's a 7 for the Fistful of Cake here at Monday Night Brewing Company. All right, appreciate you guys joining us here while we've been enjoying some beer at Monday Night Brewing Company, downtown Birmingham. Definitely had some great beers, some good offerings here. They have a lot more. They've got a lot of beer on draft here. So if you find yourself in the area, want to come by and have a lot of options of different things to drink, definitely come check it out. They got a really cool wall where they have a whole bunch of ties. I'm not really sure what that's about, but
Yeah, you do. Come on.
I mean, Monday night work, yeah, sure. But all in all, I think a really cool space. Definitely, they've got some food here as well. So between the food and the beer, outdoor space, definitely something for everybody. We've seen even some kids, some very young kids here, so very family atmosphere as well. So definitely come check them out. Come try some of their beer.
Where are the links?
And
Are they down there?
yeah, the social media links are down, are below in the description.
Oh, they are.
So also be sure to check us out on social media. And like, subscribe, and cheers that notification bell just to be notified of all of our videos in the future.
What does the notification bell do?
I'm not even listening
It
to you
notifies
anymore. So, for this guy and this guy, I'm this guy. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
I grabbed the wrong one.